Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, August 17th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. A couple of quick clarifications. First off, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, ticker symbol TLRY. Very popular, well, not as popular as it used to be during all the pot stock boom, but still good moving stock, relatively popular. And to start things off, got a beautiful bounce right off that pink line there, which on my chart represents the 200 period moving average, and then has now formed a good solid pattern here. So as I draw out this pattern, please realize I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to imply this is a great discovery on my part. A lot of people have noticed this pattern, and I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same patterns and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So let's get this in place right there and then change this all to the same color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big move up right here. For you golfers, I'll make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf ball down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So while nothing is guaranteed, is it plausible? Is it valid to think that if the price can curl back up, get to that part of the pattern, and then break through it, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible outcome. Once again, not guaranteed, but more than rational. So if you like stocks down below $5, you like bull pennants, keep an eye on it. Next one, EBET, absolutely insane amount of volume today, over 1 billion shares traded. So needless to say, it seems as though there's a lot of people watching this one. So let's map out some key levels here moving into Thursday. So first key level going to be right up there at the 11-cent mark as what I would consider that main area of resistance. You can see the price got up there on 3 separate occasions, and every single time the momentum essentially just disappeared. So while I'm not saying that the price can't break through that level, I'm just saying that, apparently there are quite a few sellers up there and the momentum has really struggled to maintain itself. So if the price does, work its way back up there, then that'll be the big question mark. Can the price, maintain its momentum when it gets right up around that 11-cent mark? In terms of levels of support, nice trend line can be drawn right into place there. And then, from a grand scheme of things perspective, another pattern can be drawn if you want to look at it like this. So another bull pennant pattern in a sense. So again, get that golf hole down there. But even if you don't want to look at it like this, like I said, the main dynamic here is going to be that 11-cent area of resistance. And if the price comes down here, does it bounce, which seems like a very plausible situation given that the price has already bounced off there a couple times before. But yeah, a lot of eyeballs on this one. So let's see if the insanity can continue moving forward. Next one, NVOS, same general idea here that I've already talked about. I'll get rid of that line as it served its purpose for now. So I'll go through this a little quicker. But again, I'm not trying to impress you, not trying to imply that any of this is a secret discovery. You got to think that a lot of people are looking at both of these areas. And therefore, you have that, real potential of a self-fulfilling prophecy, especially on this stock, which again had a ton of volume today. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big move up, have the golf hole down here. So another bull pennant pattern. I know TLRY was a bull pennant, but that was up over $1. So if you're somebody that strictly likes penny stocks and you like bull pennant patterns, then certainly keep an eye on NVOS. Next one here, KVUE. I have no idea what this stock is, but it keeps showing up as having a lot of volume. So pulled up the chart and thought, okay, we could potentially have a nice little double bottom here moving forward. So if you are somebody that likes double bottom situations, then right here, 2265. Let me change that to green to represent the support. Makes it a plausible area. As I've said, there are no guarantees. But is it plausible to think that if the price comes down there, it could bounce again? Well, I mean, it's already happened before. So does it happen again? That'll be the big question mark moving forward. But as always, that's why risk management matters, because there's no for sure that that'll happen. But from a risk-reward scenario, you could structure yourself a very nice situation where you have a very minimal risk. But if you do get the bounce, then you could be looking at a very nice potential upside reward. As far as resistance levels are concerned, this does try to bounce up at all. Key level to watch will be first off that purple line there, the 50 period moving average, and the next key level right there, the 200 period moving average, which you can see was the exact area that's knocked down the price. So keep an eye on those couple levels. But as of right now, I think the most interesting dynamic is all about, does the price pull back down to that area right there, and can it get the double bottom? We'll see what happens. Next one here, AMC, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, but if you did, you know that I put in that trend line right there. And as I discussed, from an overall standpoint, as long as the price stays above that line, then by definition, the price is making progress in the upwards direction, which is bullish. And I mean, the power of charts, look right where the price came down here today and found some support. Right at that level. Now, I'm not offended at all. I could be a total stranger to you. Whatever, you just put that line there before you started talking about this one. Fair enough. But all you got to do is go back in the video archive, watch the video from yesterday, and you'll see that, no, I did indeed put that line there. Again, not to pat myself on the back, but to pat technical analysis on the back, because charts, are a very valuable tool. So on that note, nothing has changed in that regard. That line there still remains the key level of support. And so far, so good. The price bounced off of it exactly like you would want to see it. In regards to levels of resistance, the big showdown that's looking like has a great chance of happening tomorrow is that purple line right there. Again, 50-period moving average. So that'll be the big question mark moving forward. Can the price push up through that level? So we'll see what happens. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to manage risk and build consistency, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. Next one, TIVC, and overall good solid move. Another penny stock. I mean, there's all sorts of penny stocks booming today. So let's get some dynamics here mapped out moving forward. First key dynamic from a support standpoint does seem to be a good solid support trend line in play right there. So we'll get that into play. And then in terms of areas of resistance, nothing fancy or complicated. Really just a question of where did the party finally stop today? And that was right up here at this area, which sits at, we'll call it 0.0675. I did that. There we go. And for you people that like to play the patterns, for you people, yes, for you people, you pattern people that like to play patterns, I'll get the pattern in place, keep it one color, put the golf hole down here, so we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So if you like penny stocks, you like stocks down below 10 cents, you like bull pennants, definitely keep an eye on this one, especially last 30 minutes. You can see as I am talking here, nice little green candle. So can it come up there and get the break on Thursday? We'll see what happens. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and the bloodshed continues. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this line up here, as it's, in my mind, it served its purpose for now. Going to go ahead and get rid of that level. Never really played a role given the price just completely gapped down below it this morning. I am going to go ahead and extend this level out, and we'll keep an eye on that in case there is any sort of bounce. But as of right now, I mean, Tesla just continues to bleed and bleed and bleed. Literally as I speak right now, you can see the price is at its lows of the day. I mean, so it's literally, going to be closing looking like near its lows. And at this point, you can see, just to add in context, I mean, very clear downwards, trend to everything right now. So just to bring in that context right there. So it's really just a question of where does this thing potentially want to bounce. And we tried the trend line yesterday, didn't really care about it. I'm going to put that trend line in place, and we'll see if this trend line here can produce any sort of, potential leading indicator of where the buyers might want to show up. So you can see here, getting close to that line. So can it come down there and at least get some sort of a bounce? That remains to be seen. So this is definitely more of a trading standpoint. I'm not saying it's going to come down there and completely reverse around and go back up to the highs. I'm looking at this from definitely more so a trading standpoint. So keep an eye on that level right there. But yeah, no doubt about it, the bears remain in full control right now of Tesla. Next one, TTOO, rough day today. I mean, I suppose that's a matter of perspective, as the price made the big move up here. So I suppose if you're short, then you're feeling pretty good. But yeah, to think that there were some people that bought right there, definitely a rough looking day for them. With all that being said, from the big picture point of view, everything is still perfectly fine. Yes, there's no doubt about it. The price pulled back today. But, and this is definitely, kind of bootleg here. But the point here being is that overall, the trend is still very much so in the upwards direction. I mean, today, the price didn't even violate the purple line there, 50-period moving average. It came down there and bounced beautifully off of it. So again, it's all about a matter of what is your point of view. I fully realize that if you're a day trader, scalper, flipper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 12 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart is a train wreck. But assuming you do care about the bigger picture point of view, then overall, the trend is still plenty fine. I mean, if you look at where these bases are, you can see these bases continually get higher and higher. If you envision those as stair steps, then yes, the stair steps are still progressing in the upwards direction. So is this a good or bad looking chart? That's going to be up to you and what your personal strategy was going into the, into the trade. Next one here, AMZN, Amazon, and a rough day here, not necessarily because it was a red day, but from a technical point of view, the price is now officially broken below that pink line there, which is the well-known 200 period moving average. You can see throughout the course of the day, held strong, even held right there, but now the price has officially broken down below there and it's closed quite a bit down below it. So this level is officially broken, which now prompts the question, is this the start of something even bigger for the bears? And you're going to have a lot of shorts out there that are watching that level, and it's a proper question to ask. Now, to be fair, maybe it's not. Maybe this is the fake breakdown, and this thing snaps right back up. But that is a two-sided coin because, well, maybe this breakdown is the start of something bigger, and it keeps dropping more and more, which from that angle, from the short standpoint, could make people some good, solid money there. Now, looking at things from the bigger picture point of view, next key level of support is going to be right down here around that 133.75 mark. So I'll map that out in case it continues to bleed downwards. You can't really, there you go. So you see, that line is just coming from the previous highs right here as I, go back to the recent times. And then in the near term, as far as levels of resistance, first key level will be that the pink line there, 200 period moving average, just based on the foundational rule, and levels of support are broken and closed below. They tend to act as resistances, and the price can get back above there. Then keep an eye on that purple line, 50 period moving average. But in my opinion, it's not really about breaking levels of resistance right now. It's kind of keeping an eye on seeing, is this truly the start of a much bigger breakdown? So we'll see what happens. Next one, AMD, and first update that needs to be made comes about from a foundation rule and charting. So this was a line that I put on the chart previously, but the rule states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance, and you can see that is exactly what happened here. So just you could throw this right into a textbook. Price broke below it as support and then went into acting as resistance there, and then resistance right there. So in the very near term, 108.50 is going to be that first key level of resistance. If the price does break up through there, then yes, once again, I know I've been talking about that level a lot, but it keeps showing up all over the place. That 50 period moving average would be the next key level of resistance. In terms of levels of support, newest level now to watch moving forward right there at 106.75. You can see that through the history of things, the price has been down here a couple of times, and it has done a good job of holding. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, overall, pretty rough day here for AMD. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you believe the NASDAQ market is going to go down, this one will also go down, which is why it had a very, very rough day and a very, very bad late afternoon. Essentially closed right down there at the lows. So I'll go ahead and clean up that line as it's served its purpose for now. But first update, which you've already heard me say, when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So in the very near term, if there is any sort of attempted bounce back in the upwards direction, 38.60 will be that first key level that you'll need to watch very, very closely. And then I'm just noticing you can't even see that. Let's, on the fly here. There you go. Now you can actually see those numbers. So sorry about that. But 38.60 there will be that main level. And then as far as next potential areas of support, as we're seeing here, we have to go back a long way into the chart's history, with the next key level of support potentially being down there right around 37.60. So keep in mind that's where that line is coming from as I go back to the present time right now. But you can see actually the price is getting close to it, not quite there yet, but maybe there's some sort of sideways channel that forms where you have the bottom part of the channel at 37.60, top of the channel at 38.60. But yeah, no doubt about it, rough day today for the NASDAQ. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to go get signed up for that free class. It'll be very soon, Thursday, August 17th. At 7 p.m. Eastern time, so I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, if you would like for me to continue to do these, then please do two things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment below. You guys as viewers have been doing a fantastic job seeing new names, leave comments, and hitting the like button, and that really helps out the channel. And as long as I know people are enjoying and like these, then not only will I continue to do them, but who knows what other kind of content I can get out there. So by helping the videos, helping with the YouTube algorithm, by hitting that like button and leaving a comment, it helps out the channel as a whole, and it prompts even more potential new content. So I thank you in advance for doing that. So definitely go get signed up for that free class. Hit that like button, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.